What's up? It's your boy, Andy Killer 910, and I would like to start by saying thank you. We hit 1,000 subscribers. They came a lot faster than I ever expected. And as promised, the kill switch is on the gallery. But I'll get into that later. Today, this video is about the most advanced submarine I've made, quite frankly, that I've seen in Trailmakers, FAS Lancer 2 fin makeup. And funny enough, it started with the development of the Torpedo itself. The rapid deployment torpedo Tidewinder. Obviously a play on words for Sidewinder. I wanted to ensure that the weapon systems for this platform are as accurate and complexity efficient as possible. And as you can see here, just the torpedo using the periscope sight about to score a kill on a target from a kilometer away. These Tidewinder torpedoes actually boast a very aggressive acceleration and a top speed of a little over 200 miles an hour. But they also feature proxy on the top and sides, giving it a coverage arc of about 20 meters from the center of the torpedo, which allows you to take out helicopters that come too close to the water on occasion and remind them that this water space is yours, not theirs. Realistically speaking, though, it is a torpedo, so you're going to be using it primarily against boats and submarines, and I made sure that it could do both. So it travels in a fairly straight path for a pretty long distance depending on where you're pointing underwater, and then once it hits the surface, it stays on the surface to go after ships. And I can actually show you right here how effective, especially the topside proxy is, because hitting underneath the hull tends to do the most damage. And I actually programmed it as such so that when you are shooting at surface ships or surface vessels at relatively close range, even when you aim directly at them, it will actually make sure that you hit underneath the hull instead of hitting directly onto the side to maximize damage output, which is very important at close range. And has the rather comical side effect of launching people into orbit. But what if you need a long-range option that can hit a very agile target anywhere in the region of the submarine? Well, enter the Gascom Sea Stinger. This is the guided anti-ship cruise missile with proxy. You may be wondering why the hell you would need proxy on a remotely guided object in Trailmakers. Well, you might not know this, but if you use a remote detachable with a camera, there is always going to be about a 1 second delay, meaning you will explode before you visually see the impact of the target, and sometimes you need to make sure that the target gets taken out. And here's a perfect example. I'm in a public server using the Lancer 2, going after an aircraft. Now, it's definitely limited in which aircrafts it can go after. It only cruises about 600 miles an hour. But you can see the proxy activate over the back of the aircraft before the actual impact, and it's delayed. But you can kind of see like the damage appear right before it happens, which likely took out the right wing and the entire tail section of the aircraft. And here, if I'm being honest, I'm kind of just playing around with this guy. He got in the water with a submarine. I think he had some type of torpedo on there, but I wanted to kind of be a little, a bit of a shark, if you will, and circle the prey for coming in for an actual kill strike. Now, while the missile is underwater, it functions as a torpedo, and the proxy is deactivated so that I can go and score direct hits, because it's much easier to get a direct hit on slower objects, i.e. waterborne objects. As far as using the torpedoes effectively, I use the periscope cams on each individual torpedo, line up the shot, which I got a little quick snipe right there to make sure I was lined up, and fire away. This kind of oddly reminds me of a Navy SINKIX exercise, as I am trying to see the damage done to a large aircraft carrier vessel. And it's pretty strong, not gonna lie. If you remember, probably a few months ago, I made a video about an underwater submersible concept that could launch missiles. Well, let's just say I learned a lot from that test bed and implemented a lot of that technology here, while also recognizing that My existing submarine technology was a bit outdated for modern conventional combat, so I wanted to fill that gap. And here we are. Over the next couple of weeks, I will be tuning and refining the system, as it is literally brand spanking new, to ensure that it has the maximum lethality as well as efficiency in operation before I inevitably upload this build to the gallery. Yeah. If you got anything out of this video or you enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for a sneak peek of what's to come.